love my Apple Watch. To date, it's one of the most cohesive, intuitively connected, all-purpose smartwatches I've had the pleasure of reviewing or owning. But as awesome as it is for me, for serious runners, triathletes, and those serious about sleep stats, there has definitely been some room for improvement. Well, those improvements have arrived just in time on Watch OS9. I've got your beta preview and a little bit more. Let's get into it. Watch OS9 has some heavy hitter new features, but I want to begin with a few things I think are really important in our day-to-day lives, those quality of life refinements and new features. Like, for example, reminders. Watch OS8 required you to use Siri if you wanted to create a reminder with date and time, but in Watch OS9, if you're in a meeting and can't talk to your wrist, you can tap or give the crown a twist and set date and time and tags and more. Notifications now show as pop-up banners just like in iOS, so now they don't fill up your entire display, they just float up top and you can tap to expand. This is a small thing, but the crown function indicator is now next to the crown when you're interacting with it. On previous versions, I'd have the indicator for music volume in the upper right while I wear my watch with the crown down, facing away from my wrist. Not life-changing, but visually, it just makes for a much more appealing interaction. And new watch faces. I've been stuck on the modular infograph forever for its insanely info-dense readout, but it's kind of blah to me. But among the new watch faces, I really love the updated modular setup, which allows you to have a background on and off mode, which, by the way, also serves to let you know what the watch face is going to look like when the face is inactive, as the background on becomes your raised to wake state. And speaking of your wake state, the folks at Cupertino have packed in more software goodies to help you make the most of your active time and your recovery, your sleep. Let's talk about the new exercise features. Now, I'm not a runner, but I do engage in boxing bag work, get some rope work in, and I do some HIIT workouts, so the new custom workouts functionality really is a big deal for me. Now I can go in and set my jump rope intervals for 30 seconds of jumping, 15 seconds rest, and the rounds for my boxing workouts, 3 minutes work, 2 minutes rest. I was using the 7 app for this, which is a phenomenal app with great customization, but now I can keep it all natively in Apple. Part of working HIIT or going slow and getting in some steady state cardio is making sure my heart rate is anaerobic so I can increase my VO2 max, or aerobic so I can maximize fat burn. And to that end, we can now display multiple views in all the workout. In this case, I have the new for OS9 heart rate zones feature set up and set as one of my views, but the great thing about the refinement of Apple Watch is that I never really need to look at the watch because I have Siri enabled to read my alerts. So I always know when I enter or move outside of my preset zones. It goes off a lot, by the way, so it could be annoying to some people. You'll have to play with that. By the way, you can set your heart rate zones manually if you know how to calculate them, or let Apple Watch set them based on data it's already collected from you. And that custom view you now have access to when creating those custom workouts is where Apple placed the power output and elevation function for you runners. I know those are important metrics for serious milers, so we'll have to see how that works for those ready to put in more road work than my miserable shins can handle. You're also going to get like stride length and float time, some of these other metrics that really help runners tune their gait, their stride, all that stuff. Now, I'm still playing with this, so I'll have more to say once Watch OS9 is ready for final release. Don't sleep on the new sleep data. Folks have been clamoring for Apple to take the sleep app they released a couple years ago and provide more detailed info on your sleep stages. And here we are. I use the sleep focus state for my watch and phone because I sleep with my watch on and the silent alarm activated during the week so I don't wake my wife when I get up. As good and detailed as the new sleep cycles are, I'm hoping that Apple will add a smart alarm to the release version of OS 9. You know, an alarm which takes advantage of knowing your sleep cycles and wakes you within a given window of time within proximity to your desired wake-up time. So, if you wake up at 6 a.m., you can set smart alarms to wake you within 30 minutes of that if you're in a light sleep state. But the software isn't final yet, so maybe we'll see that added. One can hope. Another sleep refinement I like, which feels like it may address some accessibility issue, is that now when you want to get out of your sleep focus mode on the watch, you don't have to twist the crown like a tornado repeatedly over and over and over. You simply push and hold until the watch unlocks. Well thought out. Now, let's briefly dip into the new Medicine app. Though this isn't just a Watch OS 9 feature, it's in iOS 16 beta as well. It all ties in together, and I think it's one very important added feature. Think of it like if MyFitnessPal had a baby with Apple's native Reminders app. You can open up Apple Health, go into medications, search the database, and add yours. You can also add it by engaging the camera and letting the AI do the work, or do it manually and name it. Now you can get notifications when it's time to take your meds or vitamins and supplements, and log it when you do take it. This is great for me because sometimes I can't remember if I've taken a medication, but I don't want to double up a dose, so I may miss a day or a dose. There's a lot going on in Watch OS 9, and coupled with all of the rumors of a new Watch Pro and the imminent release of Series 8 watches, there's definitely a lot to look forward to in the coming months, and we'll cover it all for you here on YouTube and at iMore.com. Matter of fact, I'm Tshaka Armstrong for iMore.com. I don't take it lightly that you spent your time with us here watching this video. If you have any questions about Watch OS 9 beta that I haven't answered here, go ahead and leave those in the comments below. I'll get to them. Love chatting with you all. I'll catch you on the next video.